At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too. Because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Mike Krueger here with my cup of coffee here in my Weather NorCal mug. No hype, just weather. Yeah, no hype. I don't do the hype thing. I just give you the weather. That's what it's all about here. It is Friday, finally Friday. Friday. Whatever you want to call it here. We are so excited here. The weekend is almost here, and I had to work last weekend, but I'm excited because Brian Wilson will be back this weekend. So that means I can take the weekend off. And of course, we start the show with saying happy birthday to my wife, Sadie Krueger. She is, as she said to her students yesterday, she's turning 29 again. So yeah, I'm very excited. I married very young. Yes, very excited for that. Of course, it's going to be the birthday weekend, so I got some things planned here for this weekend. Should be a lot of fun. And of course, if you have any birthdays, let us know. You can instant message me on Facebook, and be sure to let me know even before the show, and maybe we can do a shout out to the birthday person, and we can always do that as well. It is Friday. We are getting ready for the weekend here, and boy, oh boy, has it been hot. You know, we finally have that excessive heat warning was allowed to expire last night, and now we're just looking at heat. It's still going to be hot, just no watches or warnings or anything of that nature here, but we do have to still be prepared for the fact that it'll be very hot out there. And yesterday, boy, oh boy, if you were out in Siskiyou County, Modoc County, even in the Eastern Mountains, the thunderstorms that developed yesterday were in a lot of rural areas. So we take a look at the radar here. We're going to start off in the Eastern Mountains. This is northeastern Lassen County. And you can see the thunderstorms, even before noon, started popping up in Nevada, just to the east of Lassen County. And there were a few showers and thunderstorms that tried to develop there. But you can see here that it's not really until we got into the second half of the day, around 3 o'clock, that you can see between Susanville and Ayden, there was a thunderstorm that developed there. We saw a few lightning strikes, and then a little bit more to the south and west of that. So the thunderstorms were, again, mainly in the rural areas. But if you lived close enough to any of these thunderstorms, or maybe you were in one of them, you probably heard some rumbles of thunder off in the distance. I mean, even going into the evening hours, it finally wrapped up just before 8 o'clock last night. Let's take you out to Modoc County, where we also saw some thunderstorm activity out there as well. I'm just going to kind of take you through the timing of all of this, and it was the southeast portion of the county that eventually, by about 3 o'clock, it started to kind of kick in. Thunderstorms, lightning strikes started to kind of kick in here in southeastern Modoc County, south of Cedarville, but it looks like it didn't quite make its way through Cedarville. You may have seen some light showers or sprinkles, but that was really the extent of it. And then you can see to the south and west of Fort Bidwell, another thunderstorm developed there, but that didn't really quite make its way into Fort Bidwell, with the exception of some of the showers that we did see there, and that was pretty much it. Now, the bigger story was off into Siskiyou County, where we did have some severe thunderstorm warnings. And you can see here, it wasn't until late in the day, though, probably, what was it, about 5 o'clock. There you can see some of the thunderstorms developing in eastern Siskiyou County, very rural area, mountainous region, and very rural area west of I-5 here as well. So most of the thunderstorms really didn't impact directly a lot of these mountain communities. But we did see some heavy rainfall, some hail, frequent lightning, and some of these places like Weed saw some light showers out of it as well. And then there, of course, you can see here by 8 o'clock last night, it all pretty much was gone. This is what it looked like thanks to David Hoffman. This is what it looked like near Weed. So west of Weed is where the thunderstorms were, but by the time it made its way to Weed, it just pretty much evaporated and dissipated. So you can see here, this is what's known as virga. It's rain that evaporates before it reaches the ground. So you can see the clouds, and you can see the streaks coming from those clouds. That is the rain coming from those clouds, but not quite making its way to the ground. Again, there maybe have been a few sprinkles out of that one, but overall, that was really the extent of that one. I want to thank David Hoffman for sending that image. And by the way, I found this picture because he sent it to me through the free Weather NorCal app. So here's what I want you to do. If you want to share pictures, maybe if I could get enough of you to send pictures, maybe we could start even doing a contest eventually. I need to start getting some really good pictures coming in there. But if you want to share your pictures, whether if there's a weather event going on, or you just want to share a beautiful sunset or some flowers or whatever, what's going on in your day, share it. Love to see them. Weather NorCal app. You can scroll to the very bottom of the app and you can see a share your photos section. So that is something that we can, of course, be grateful to have. All right, let's go and take a look at the current conditions out there right now. We're sitting at 76, so still very mild. As I was mentioning earlier, one of the criteria the National Weather Service has for an excessive heat warning is when the overnight lows don't drop below 75 degrees. And you can see Redding's still at 76 this morning. Now, it has dropped a little bit for Corning at 66 and 68 degrees for Willows, but you get the idea. It's still pretty mild out there. Even for the mountains, we're mainly in the 50s, even some 60s out there as well. Visibility looks pretty good. Let's take a look at what it looks like right now in in Elk Country, just north of Trinidad. And it looks like we do have a little bit of fog out there this morning, but that looks like it is pretty much quickly dissipating there. And if we look at what it looks like at Crescent City Harbor District, looks like a boat heading on out. Now, keep in mind for the fisher people, that there's a small craft advisory this afternoon. Just be aware of that. The wave heights may be a little bit high out there, but that boat looks like it's not really heeding caution to that. So, but really the big story here, looks a little hazy out there. So it looks like there may have been a little bit of fog this morning, but that is quickly burning off in the beautiful daylight and sunlight that we are seeing out there this morning. So again, we take a look at those visibilities and they are looking pretty good out there, even along the coast. Let's get you out the door this morning on this June 7th. Temperatures in the upper 70s here for the valley, but still pretty mild this morning and partly cloudy skies out along the coast, but looking at dry conditions. The winds have calmed down this morning, but when we look at this afternoon, but my data doesn't seem to want to come in here with the wind arrows, but south winds in the valley, west winds coming in the eastern mountains, and north winds for Siskiyou County and along the coast there. But you can see the winds are picking up. And the wind direction is pretty much going to be the same here the next couple of days. But you can see here we have high fire weather risk. So yes, temperatures are starting to drop. Winds aren't terrible, but it's still very hot and it's still very dry out there. So we still need to use extra caution. The ridge of high pressure is the dominant feature here, but look it off over the Pacific. There's a swirling area of low pressure. You got that classic comma shape. That storm, it's not moving anywhere near us, but it's going to impact us. Now, look at all those clouds off to the west. Those clouds will be moving over us by tomorrow. So that's why we're calling for partly cloudy skies. But unfortunately, it's not going to bring most of us any rain, although there will be some showers and thunderstorms again for many of the mountain locations again today and tomorrow and really through the weekend. So looking at Futurecast, noon today, it's dry. It looks like mainly dry conditions here. But as we go to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we start to see a chance for a few pop-up showers, maybe a few thunderstorms, Siskiyou, Modoc, Lassen County. That's where we're going to see most of the activity out there today. Then later on this evening and tonight, that's all gone. Although by 8 o'clock tonight, maybe another pop-up between Wairika and Mount Shasta near Highway 77 and Highway 97 and I-5. But there you can see dry by tonight. So high temperatures out there yesterday, yes, it was 100 degrees or higher. It was another hot day out there. Temperatures in the 90s for the higher elevations. Not quite 100 degrees for Hayfork and Weaverville, but it was close. And of course, the cool spot, well, of course, no surprises there for the coast. Now, the heat risk for today is moderate, which means it affects most people who are sensitive to heat, especially if they don't have proper cooling and or hydration. That said, you still need to take it easy on yourself, drink plenty of water if you have to work outdoors, but it's not going to be as hot as it was. However, when we look at the forecast for today, we're still 100 degrees or higher for the valley, with the exception of Oroville at about 98. But you can see 91 for Alturas, 93 for Mount Shasta City. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s along the coast. So your 7-day outlook is showing that there is some relief in the overall forecast here. We're down to the mid-90s, mid to upper 90s for Redding, mid-90s for Red Bluff, low to mid-90s in Chico, but there's another increase in our temperatures for Monday, Tuesday, and then temperatures will start to drop again as we go towards the end of next week. For the coast, of course, that flat line, mid-60s give or take, although cooler by Wednesday, Thursday in the low 60s. Inland, up and down. Weaverville and, of course, Trinity County, up and down with those temperatures as well. Taking a look at Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and the Eastern Mountains. A chance for afternoon thunderstorms today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Then by Monday, that's pretty much gone. Temperatures also going up and down. Let's take a look at Lake Oroville, North Forebay. It looks like the lake is looking pretty good out there. Just that beautiful, calm winds. Taking a look at Main Street, Chico, and Highway 32. It looks like conditions are pretty good there. We've got the sunny skies here for Highway 99 at Neal Road. And taking a look at Highway 44 at Sundial Bridge Drive. Well, looks like we have the mainly sunny skies out there. Quick reminder, you do have a free Weather NorCal app at your access. Just go to your app store, download the app for free, and you search for Weather NorCal, and you'll be good to go. And you can also check Weather NorCal and Coffee with Krueger and the live 24-hour streaming channel from YouTube. If you have a smart TV with YouTube, you can watch it from there. Fire Stick and Roku, there's an app there. Just search for Weather NorCal. Well, good morning to you, Ruth Sanchez. Boy, not a lot of people out there this morning. They're probably just getting ready for the weekend. Just, enjoying the heat maybe. I don't know. But I hope everyone's having a great morning. Let's see what's going on out there this morning. Let's see what the national calendar has for us. Let's get that ready to go here. See if I can find it. I've got so many things up. It makes it hard for me to find what I'm looking for. There we go. All right, so as we go into, I didn't have a chance to really preload this, so we'll probably see some ads popping up, but it is what it is. A National Chocolate Ice Cream Day. Call me boring, but I actually prefer vanilla ice cream over chocolate. World Caring Day. It's always, I think every day should be Caring Day. National Oklahoma Day. You got to love those promotions for different states that want to get tourism going. Today is National Donut Day. You gonna have some donuts? Usually Fridays, and that's probably why they're making it on a Friday, because a lot of offices do that. They'll order donuts. They'll order donuts for the office. Super healthy. National VCR Day. Oh my goodness, we are aging ourselves, aren't we? How many out there, for those of you that are watching and can respond, remember VCRs? I remember, back in the TV days when I was trying to get a job. There it is. There's the ad popping up. When I would try to get a job, that's how I had to send out what we call our reels. You show examples of your work at the weather wall. And I would have to record everything on VHS and send those VHS tapes to different jobs and TV stations so they could look at my job, look at how good or bad I am on the air, right? And I remember we had to send the big bulky tape out. And then eventually went to CDs. And then, of course, now it's just, here's the link to my YouTube page or whatever, right? So kind of interesting there. So good morning to you, Ruth. She's the only one out there, looks like up and about, doing stuff, hanging out, watching Coffee with Krueger. Not much going on out there this morning, folks. I'll tell you what, let's just get right into it and get you to, before we do that though, we have got our pet of the week. So without further delay, let's take a look at our pet of the week. Hello everyone, Mike Krueger, Weather NorCal. This is Pet of the Week, sponsored by Cottonwood Vet and Small Animal Clinic. We are here at Haven Humane Society with Katrina and Ethan. Ethan's got a. You're gonna put your back there.
There we go.
Go.
You want to treat Ethan?
Now you can sit. Oh no,
he's so unfocused right now. This is Ethan. He's 3 years old. We have him as a cattle dog mix.
Okay, so he likes to maybe herd a little bit.
We haven't seen much herding, but he definitely has a lot of energy.
Yeah, I'd say so.
He's been taking part in what we call our Capable Canine Club, which is like a volunteer-run, like dog socialization class, where he's been learning a lot of different commands and things. So he does know quite a few things. He does know sit. Ethan, come here.
Does he know?
He's not into
get
it right
me
now.
some cold water from the fridge?
I think so. I think
Well,
that's
we're
where he's
working
at
on
right
that
now.
one. So what would you think would be a good household for Ethan?
I think anyone that has a little bit of space for him, and just, you know, understands that he does need a lot of exercise. He's a really smart dog, so you can train him to do a lot of things. And I think he would be potentially like a really well-behaved dog, but I think you would just need to be confident in your training. You know, he's not going to come home and just be a couch potato. He loves toys too. His favorite thing in the world is the ball. The ball is life. Ball is everything to Ethan.
That's not normal with a dog, is it? Well, that's good. So playful, maybe a place with a yard. Hi, yes, maybe a place with
Definitely.
a yard, all that good stuff. So how much would it cost to adopt Ethan if we were?
Well, actually, his adoption fee has been fully sponsored, so he has no adoption fee.
That's fantastic. Even better. So if you're interested in Ethan, of course you got to go through a whole screening process before you can take Ethan home. But if you're interested in Ethan or any other animals here at Haven Humane Society, give the number on your. I always get that mixed up. Give the number on your screen a call. There you go. And of course, they'll be sure to take care of you. So thank you so much. Thank you, Ethan. And we'll see you next week for Pet of the Week.
At Cottonwood Small Animal Clinic and Cottonwood Veterinary Clinic, we're here to provide the best possible care for your patients. We understand that your pet is your family member, and when your family member is sick, they need urgent help.
All our staff is so passionate about the care that goes into all your little creatures. Making relationships with pet parents here in Cottonwood is the greatest feeling in the world. Come find us off the Gas Point exit here in the heart of Cottonwood.
All right, let's go ahead and get you into the forecast here. And of course, remember that Coffee with Krueger is made possible by Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. It's like, look at those current temperatures out there right now. We're sitting at 76 degrees right now for Redding, 68 in Willows, 59 for Alturas, 62 degrees for Wairika, and Redway right now. A temperature of about 54 degrees. It's a mild start to the day. Temperatures are starting to drop, but don't let that fool you because it's still going to be hot over the weekend. But we are expected to see a drop in those temperatures. Fire danger is still high, but the good news is from there too, the fire danger will be dropping over the next few days, but still looking at the chance for some mountain thunderstorms, especially for Siskiyou, Modoc, and Lassen counties. Not as hot this weekend, but it is going to look like another heat wave to start off next week. The winds are fairly calm across the board right now, but when we look at the winds, again, those wind barbs don't seem to be coming up here, the wind arrows, but we've got a south wind in the valley, west wind in the eastern mountains, and a north wind for the coast, and not to mention Siskiyou County. That's the direction the winds will be for the next couple of days. The winds die down in the morning, the winds pick up in the afternoon, and that's going to be the overall trend for the next several days. But the good news is, even though we're going to be looking at those winds kind of picking up in the afternoon, we don't have any major wind events. Humidity, yes, it will be low, but the temperatures are dropping. So as a result, as the temperatures drop, our fire danger begins to drop as well. All right, so let's take a look at the humidity. So you can see fairly low, high fire danger, right? Fairly low humidity even going into your Saturday, but you see how they're kind of inching up even for the valley, and especially as we go into your Sunday, right? Now we're getting in the teens and 20s. So temperatures are dropping, winds not terrible, right? And the humidity levels are starting to inch up a little bit. So as a result, we're going to see the fire weather risk decrease. Still high today, especially for the east side of the valley. But as we go into Saturday, look at this. We're mainly within the kind of just barely getting the oranges. So still high, and we still need to be careful. But again, we're looking at, the conditions improving, if you will. Because as we go into Sunday, we're barely seeing that shade of yellow. That's just putting us in that low to moderate category. So yes, conditions are improving. So this is the big ridge of high pressure that's in place, right? But right here, that's what's going to really give us the relief that is over the weekend. But the thing is, this core of colder air, it'd be nice if it moved at least even just this far to the north, but that high pressure is still fairly strong. So this is butting up against that ridge. It's like a brick wall, and it diverts all of this energy to the north. However, that being said, we're still going to allow a lot of this cloud cover to move in here for tomorrow, and that'll probably give us at least the partly cloudy skies, but there is relief in sight, okay? So Here's the ridge of high pressure I was talking about, right? You got heat over here and some more heat down to the south-southwest. But this cooler air right here, this is riding up and over that ridge of high pressure. So this is allowing our temperatures to drop for Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so this is why the temperatures are dropping. But this heat is going to kind of expand eastward. The heat that's affecting us this week is going to continue to try to still stay in place. So overall, we got what we call a broad ridge of high pressure, but it is a flat ridge. It is a weak ridge. And the reason being is you got all this colder air and these storms riding to the north, and instead of a nice big ridge like this, which let me tell you, if that was the case, we'd be talking about some really hot temperatures. But this is basically just kind of flattening it out like a pancake. And as a result, our temperatures don't get as hot. But again, don't get me wrong, it's still over 100 degrees in the valley for Monday, Tuesday, even into Wednesday. But check this out, all right? We get towards the end of the week, big trough of low pressure, cooler air coming in from the Gulf of Alaska, and that's moving in our direction. So that's pushing this heat, that ridge down to the south, and pushing this heat down to the south as well, and another ridge kind of building in behind that. But this is what's going to give us the cooler weather by the end of next week. In fact, look at the Climate Prediction Center. All that heat to the east, we're kind of mainly in that near normal category, but you can see it's clipping Northern California. I mean, just barely in that below normal category, which is about 90 degrees in the valley. So if we can get to around 90 and even upper 80s, boy, I tell you what, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Especially after 105, 106 degrees in the valley. Now, the heat risk for today, mainly in the moderate category, that is basically affecting people, most people that are sensitive to heat, especially if they don't have proper cooling or hydration. So just look out for those that may be sensitive, elderly, young children, right? Or people who may be ill. Make sure that they've got a proper way to stay cool today and hydrate themselves. But look at this, by Saturday, mainly minor, but a little bit moderate out there for your Saturday. So still pretty warm, right? Then we go to Sunday. I mean, it's just mainly yellows on the maps, indicating mainly that minor heat. So again, cooler for the weekend, but look at this. By the time we get into Monday, we're looking at a lot of orange and red back on the map. That's moderate to major heat risk for Monday. And it looks like it tries to back off on Tuesday, but quite honestly, I still think it'll be hot on Tuesday and even Wednesday before we start to see the temperatures begin to drop. And you can see that in the temperature trend here for Redding and the valley in general. There's that dip over the weekend, up Monday, Tuesday, and then back down toward the end of next week. Again, you can see the normal high for the valley, at least today, is 89, but by the time we get into next week, it'll probably be around 90. But there you can see Mount Shasta, temperatures dipping over the weekend, going up just slightly, nothing major. And so it's not as dramatic with the temperature trend for the mountains, but you get the idea, still a slight increase, and then we dip back down, still about 10 degrees above normal. Taking a look at Weaverville, there you can see down into the low 90s for the weekend. Again, not as dramatic, but up and back down toward the end of next week and the coast. All right, there you go. I've just got to put it in there, right, to show you that, yes, it is above normal. I bet they're just thinking, oh my gosh, it's so hot, it's above normal. No, I mean, 64 degrees, 66 degrees, not bad, right? But we're probably closer to normal by Thursday and Friday. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast. And again, we got a chance for some afternoon thunderstorms, Siskiyou, Modoc, Eastern Mountains. All right, then that all dies out by tonight. Maybe some fog along this morning. Look at the clouds. Remember I was talking about those clouds from the Pacific with that storm system to our west? That's going to filter in some clouds here for tomorrow for the valley. So we'll call for partly cloudy skies in the valley. But again, Saturday afternoon, thunderstorms in Siskiyou County in particular, but we still can't rule out some activity in Modoc and even in Tallahassee counties. And then that's gone by Saturday evening, Saturday night. Maybe some fog around Eureka. Still some clouds left over off into some of the mountains on Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. Let's do it again, right? Siskiyou, Modoc, and Lassen County seeing the chance for some afternoon thunderstorms as early as just shortly after noon, and then 5 p.m. Still a little bit of activity out there before most of it pretty much dissipates after that. But there you can see the wave heights for today. They're actually still a little bit on the high side, but you'll notice going into Saturday, we are going to see those wave heights begin to drop a little bit here. But as that system approaches, especially to our north and west, that may increase those wave heights a little bit here by Sunday. But overall, looking at the marine forecast, there actually still is a small crash advisory through this afternoon with those winds from the northwest at about 5 to 10 knots. So here's what it looks like out there today for your Trinity County neighborhood forecast along the Highway 299 corridor. We are looking at temperatures upper 90s to about 100 degrees. Weaverville 100, 101 for Douglas City, and Trinity Center about 95 degrees. Take you south where you can see Hayfork about 98, 99 for your daytime high, 90 in Peanut and Westwood. High in Palm about 91 and 92 degrees in Ruth. Let's take you out to southern Humboldt County for your North Coast neighborhood forecast, where temperatures mainly in the mid to upper 90s for that Highway 101 corridor there, but Red Crest about 79 and 68 degrees for Shelter Cove. We take you up north, Ferndale 66, 69 in Fortuna, and Hydesville about 70 degrees. There you can see McKinleyville 67, Eureka 65 today, and still hot there on Highway 96 and Highway 99, or excuse me, 299. Willow Creek 97, 96 degrees in Hoopa, and Trinidad about 72 degrees. We take you up north, and there you can see, looks like Orleans, pretty hot, close to 100 with a high of 99, 83 degrees for Gasquet, and there's Klamath with a high of about 73. And your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, there's that Highway 96 corridor, upper 90s to even about 100 degrees or higher. 98 for Hornbrook, Montague about 96, and Gazelle about 95 degrees. Scott Valley temperatures into the 90s, 91 degrees for Fort Jones, 93 for Edna. There's that chance for afternoon thunderstorms here for today, tomorrow, and even into your Sunday. And looking at Siskiyou County to the north and east, and there you can see Central, Weed about 93, 94 for McLeod, and Tule Lake about 90. There's that chance for afternoon thunderstorms today through the weekend. That's the case for Modoc County as well, with Newell about 90 today. Looks like El Turris about 92, and likely topping out at about 92 degrees. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, of course, that chance for afternoon thunderstorms. Even Bernie, you could get caught up in some of that, but I think you're going to be a little bit too far to the west for that. I'd say mainly extreme eastern, northeastern Shasta County into Lassen, and not to mention into Modoc County as well. But as we take you to Lake Almanor and Lassen Park, we are looking at much cooler temperatures at Lassen Park in the 70s there, even down to 68 degrees by Sunday. Could see that chance for thunderstorms though. And then of course back in the 70s here for Monday and Tuesday. Let's take a look at the Eastern Mountains to the south. Paradise 91 degrees. No thunderstorms there, but we could see that chance for thunderstorms in Susanville for Friday, today, Saturday, and Sunday. Here is your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor. Highs basically 100 degrees or higher. Some places may just barely dodge that triple-digit mark, like Orland and Durham and maybe Gridley. We take you up north with a high of about 102 for the city of Shasta Lake, Redding 103, 103 for Anderson and Cottonwood 102. Here's a look at your 7-day outlook for Redding. Yeah, so again, it's not as hot. I mean, listen, if it's 100, would you rather have it be 106 or 96, right? So there is a difference there. But it's still going to be hot. So we still need to, if we have outdoor plans, still just be aware that you've got to make sure you've got plenty of water to stay cool. Temperatures, though, do increase again. We've got another heat wave to come in to start off next week, 104 to 105, but then temperatures do start to dip again after that. So that is going to do it for us today, folks. There's just not a lot of activity out there this morning. So I'm just going to get you right to it and wrap it up here. I'm going to go ahead and cue the music. I believe it's going. It should be going. And there you go. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a look at some of the cameras. This is going to start off with Lake Oroville, North Forebay. It looks like pretty nice. Well, it looks like a good morning, Mike. It is a heat wave for us in Big Valley. A lot of people here don't have air conditioning. Well, okay. So yeah, just be careful. Just be careful. Well, I mean, I don't think I ever did. Well, okay. Anyways, there you go. We all need to be careful. Be extra careful out there. But thanks, Chris, for kind of reminding me that for the folks up in some of the higher elevations, I know, for example, my sister, when she lived in Portland, they had the option when they built their house to get air conditioning or not. They actually decided to get air conditioning because sometimes you get the heat waves. So yes, I am aware that some people don't have AC. Good morning from Jeff Johnson. All right, well, thank you all so much for chiming in this morning. Have yourselves a great Friday. We're going to leave you with a camera from Lake Oroville, North Forebay, and some other cameras to wrap things up. Have yourselves a great Friday and a great weekend. Stay safe, stay cool, and we will see you on Monday morning on Coffee with Krueger starting at 7 a.m.